The penthouse rested in a hush so complete it made the city beyond the glass feel unreal. Lena lay across the wide bed, the silk robe her husband had 0099 seconds, brought back from Paris slipping loosely around her shoulders as she leaned into the pillows. It was just after 9:30 p.m. 016 seconds, and Chicago's skyline glowed through the floor-to-ceiling windows, scattering warm reflections across the room. 022 seconds, lavender lingered in the air, calming but edged with something restless. 026 seconds, Lena's thoughts drifted, her body alert in a way she couldn't quite explain, as if she were suspended inside a moment that refused to move forward. The quiet 035 seconds shattered with the click of a door handle. She froze. A gym bag hit the floor with a dull thud unmistakable. 042 seconds, Jared stood in a doorway, outlined by the hall light, still dressed from a workout, hair damp, breath uneven. Their 049 seconds eyes met, held a second too long before he looked away. The silence between them pressed down, heavy and uncomfortable. 056 seconds, I left something in here, he said. 059 seconds, voice rough, not convincing either of them. Lena sat up, pulling her robe closed with deliberate calm. You're 106 1 minute, 6 seconds father's away until Friday, she said evenly, unsure whether it was a reminder or a warning. Jared didn't answer, his 113 1 minute, 13 seconds jaw tightened, and a moment later he turned and left, door slamming hard enough to echo through the penthouse. 121 minute, 20 seconds, Lena remained still long after. Her pulse refused to slow. Whatever had passed between them lingered in the 126 1 minute, 26 seconds room, unresolved, unsettling. When she finally lay back, staring at the ceiling, one thought pressed in with quiet 134 1 minute, 34 seconds certainty. This wasn't finished. 2 days later, the apartment felt charged, 139 1 minute, 39 seconds, like the air itself was waiting. They sat across from each other at the dining table, untouched takeout cooling between 145 1 minute, 45 seconds them. Jared avoided her eyes. Lena watched him anyway, noting the tension in his shoulders, the way his knee bounced beneath the table. We should 154 1 minute, 54 seconds talk about it, she said finally. About what? He muttered, though his grip tightened around his fork. About the way 2012 minutes, 1 second things changed, silence stretched. Then he looked up, expression raw. I can't pretend it didn't. Neither could she. 2092 minutes, 9 seconds, boundaries were spoken aloud that night, carefully, firmly, but even as they were set, both of them understood how fragile they were. Something had shifted, and 218 minutes, 18 seconds naming it didn't make it disappear. The following afternoon unfolded slowly. 2:23 2 minutes, 23 seconds, sunlight flooded the penthouse as Lena moved through the space. Unhurried 2:27 2 minutes, 27 seconds, aware of Jared's attention, even when she didn't look at him. He tried to focus on his studies, failed. Every small movement seemed amplified, every glance loaded with meaning. By evening, 2:38 2 minutes, 38 seconds, the tension was unmistakable. At p.m. 2:41 2 minutes, 41 seconds, Jared knocked softly on her door. Lena opened it after a long breath. They sat side by side, a careful distance between 2:49 2 minutes, 49 seconds them. A movie playing mostly unnoticed on the screen. Neither spoke much. They didn't need to. The pull between them 2:56 2 minutes, 56 seconds was quieter now, heavier, threaded with restraint instead of impulse. When it became too much, Lena stood. That's enough, she said, steady but shaken. 3:06 3 minutes, 6 seconds, Jared nodded, relief and frustration crossing his face at once. He left without argument. Morning light found 3:13 3 minutes, 13 seconds them again in the kitchen, moving around each other with cautious politeness. 3:18 3 minutes, 18 seconds, words were few, Glances were not. The night before hovered between them. 3:23 3 minutes, 23 seconds unresolved, but contained for now. As Jared grabbed his bag and headed out, 3:27 3 minutes, 27 seconds, Lena watched him go, knowing something fundamental had shifted. Whatever they were standing on was no longer solid ground, and neither of them could say 3:36 3 minutes, 36 seconds how long it would.